In today's video, I'll be playing a rapid game where I'll be explaining my thought process as best as I can. You're going to see me come up with middle game plan and end game strategy. This game is going to be very instructive, so stick around and watch to the end. Who are we playing? I'm playing a fellow Nigerian. Uh, let's go for the French defense. One of my favorite openings. Okay, looks like we are going to get the exchange French on the board. Oh, my opponent is going for the knight variation. Is he going to transpose, or is there a way it transposes into the advanced variation? All right, let's try to control this square. This move looks interesting. I'm going to break the pin by bringing my bishop here, and I'm setting up a little trap here. I'm setting up this move, which my opponent doesn't allow. I was setting up this move, I capture here, and if my opponent captures here, their bishop is not defended, I just capture the bishop. But my opponent is simply giving up the bishop. Let's capture this way. I feel like doing this, so that this my bishop is just going to be a monster on this diagonal. Yes, let's do this. Stopping my opponent from playing this move, and this knight is going to have a hard time moving into the square. This is also looking like an outpost for my knight, but might easily get kicked away. Maybe I hop in here. Let's develop the knight to this square. Do I hop in here? It's looking interesting. All right, I'm just going to capture this way. Okay, this knight is having a hard time coming into the square, but maybe my opponent can play a move like this. Do I go here? Yes, I think I want to go here and complete my development. Guys, that's what you want to do. Let's not leave our king on the center of the board. If I move my bishop here, the bishop won't be defended, and I'm just watching out for tactics, because whenever you have hanging pieces, you need to watch out for tactics. So let's just put the bishop here for the meantime. My opponent might play a move like this, so this move also look interesting. But for now, if I capture there, my opponent has this move. Let me castle my king, stay away from chaos. Okay, what if my opponent plays this move? Oh, guys. Guys, look at what I allowed. Moving my bishop here would have been better instead of moving it here, because if my bishop was sitting here, I just go back here and that will be defended. This is a very important pawn. I would like to hold on to the pawn. That's a pawn I would love to hold on to. Let's pin this knight. My opponent has two pieces defending this. I only have my queen, and there's no easy way for me to add another piece. So let's pin the knight. Look at that. And if I capture here, my opponent can capture here, and after the trade, my opponent will have a rook here. And even though I can play a move like this, it just doesn't do a lot. So let's just go here. Let's keep developing pieces. Now, this my knight is now. I wish I could put the knight here. Maybe I should have moved the knight here earlier. Yes. How did I even move the knight there? How did I get my knight here? All right, moving the knight here would have been better. All right, let's focus. Let's focus. I'm trying to pile up on this pawn. Although I have the bishop pair, so maybe for the cost of a pawn, I can say I have the bishop pair. Now, this is no longer pinned. This evil knight is no longer pinned. Let's double up here. They're simply doubling up on the pawn. My opponent can push the pawn forward, and that pawn is the most defended pawn in this game. Capturing here feels interesting. Just give. Oh, I should have captured here and gained a pawn back. Doesn't really work that way. But if I capture here, my opponent recaptures, and when I capture here, this pawn is going to fall. So let's do this. Now I'm threatening to capture here. I'm simply threatening to capture here and win myself a pawn. If there's anything I like about my position here, it's how my pieces are very active. Something I like in this position. My opponent just play this move, and what does this move have? What does this move give up? This move simply allows me to play a move like this, and my rooks are getting active. Those rooks are getting active. Let's see how my opponent responds. Are we going to see a move like this? Okay, I think I can capture here, and that would just be giving back a pawn. That would be giving back a pawn. I'm also interested in playing a move like this and trying to land here. But first, I'm also looking at this move, trying to dominate this file, trying to have complete domination on that file. But I think complete domination is just a dream. I think that would just be a dream. We don't have that. Let's come for this file. But okay, if my opponent plays this move, if I come for the file, my opponent can play that move. I feel like just sacking here. Okay, looks like I have something here. All right, let's go for the file. Let's go for the file. Let's control this file. My opponent has over 2-minute time advantage. We need to watch out. Okay, now I feel like capturing here, and after the trade, okay, I have nothing. We just go back. Rerouting my knight cannot be a bad move. Rerouting my knight to some amazing square should not be a bad move. If I play a move like this, with ideas of going here, trying to double up my rook on the 7th rank, That also should not be too bad. But I think the moment I play a move like this, my opponent can just strike this way. My opponent can play that move, and I do not want that. Okay, so I want to reroute my knight. I feel like going here first. I would like to reroute my knight, but going here just allows me another piece that is not defended. I will just have two pieces not defended. So let's just go back here. I would love to reroute my knight this way. In the middle game, when you don't know what to do, sometimes you just try to improve your piece's position. The position of your pieces. You just want to improve their position. If my opponent plays a move like this, I'm interested in capturing here. Or if my opponent captures here, trade, and then I can get my pawn back. That's something I'm looking at. So let's see what my opponent is up to here. My opponent is also trying to come up with a plan. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I don't like it, but my bishop was here. This would have been an amazing move. But if I had moved my bishop here, then my opponent just comes for this file. So that's not something I think I can allow. I feel like I can play a move like this. Just trying to set up a cheeky trap here. But that move is dangerous because I might just get this trapped. Let's go here. I would have loved to go here, but I just want to make sure if there is a need to bring my bishop back, I can. I want to make sure of that. Looks interesting. Now that's a pawn. And I think we are going to grab the pawn. Let's grab the pawn. Let's go grab the pawn. And I'm also looking at bringing my bishop, my knight here, and trying to pile up on this. Wish I have a light square bishop to attack this, but I just give up the light square bishop here. My opponent has over 2 minute time advantage. Now we are no longer down with pawn, which is a good thing. We are no longer down with pawn, which is very good. This is a move I'm very interested in, and might be time for me to start piling up on this. This might be time I start piling up on this. I really love my bishop, my knight, my rooks on this file. I think my opponent can take the file if they wish to. I think they can. I think they can do that. Now, putting my knight here, this knight is just going to be a monster knight here. Although my opponent could play a move like this, try to remove my knight. I'm eyeing this square. It's either I land my knight here or I land my knight here. And my opponent goes for this. And that move is interesting. Okay, now I feel like doing this, but guess what? Does nothing. Because my opponent can play a move like this. And I really have nothing there. So let's try to improve this knight. This knight is really not doing a lot. Let's try to improve the knight. I'm looking at landing knight here, so I start targeting this and maybe move here. Now my opponent cannot move this queen anyhow. They can't move this knight. I mean, moving this knight just gives up the queen. So this is technically, this knight is pinned now. If my opponent goes for this file now, I think that's bad. It would be a bad move. My opponent cannot do that now, because if my opponent plays a move like this, I simply capture here, and after the trade, I capture here. An opponent cannot capture this way, so opponent is going for that. Let's go here. I'm loving my position now. Let's say I go here. Opponent is just going to... Looks like opponent is interested in this move, or maybe I can reroute and come back here. Trying to look for a good move here. What if I go here? My opponent plays this move. I can capture, but I can't capture this. That's the bad thing. That's the sad part. That move looks dangerous. Let's go here. Let's go for activity. Maybe my opponent can play a move like this. Yes, they can. I think I just go back here. I want to play a move like this. Try to attack this knight from that square. So that's coming. I wish I could capture here and get something. I wish I could capture there and get something, but I have nothing there. I have nothing there. Alright, let's think before we move. We are running out of time. Time is really important here. Let's move. I'm looking for forward moves. I'm not seeing any good one. Let's go back here. If my opponent push pawn forward, I think I'm just going to land my knight here. Or maybe we attack this first. With ideas of just putting another bishop here. Okay, my opponent goes for that. Let's go here. I need to move fast, guys. I'm running out of time. Ooh, look at that move. Look at that move. Opponent is hitting this now. Let's go here. Let's go there. Okay, maybe opponent can capture here. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh my goodness. Opponent can capture here. Okay, he doesn't. Now he's preparing to capture there. Oh, I'm not loving my position. I am not liking my position. If my opponent thinks he can capture here, I'm going to capture here. And after they attend to that, then I capture here. What if they don't attend to that and play a move like this? Well, I'm just going to pick this up and pick this up, and I should be fine. So this looks like a pawn, but at the moment, it doesn't look like a pawn my opponent can touch. It doesn't look like a pawn my opponent can touch. My opponent can try to be brilliant and play a move like this, saying if you capture here, you lose your rook. But now we are going to counter that sacrifice by sacrificing here. But wait, what if my opponent plays this move? Come, I didn't think about that. Come, I did not think about that. We have to be careful because we have a rook that is hanging. We need to move fast as well. Have to be careful. Need to move fast. Looks like my position is collapsing, guys. Okay, let's say I capture here. Okay, my opponent can capture the king. If they capture the king, I have this check. I pick this up. So let's say I capture here. My opponent captures with the queen. Then I capture here. Looks like we have a brilliant move. Let's go here. Let's see how my opponent captures. Because I'm looking to sack this rook, and if my opponent captures, I capture here. Ooh, guys, I can't capture there. Oh my goodness. I can't capture there for one reason, my back rank. My back rank is so weak. My back rank is so weak. How did I miss that? That was, oh, I missed that. If I capture here now, my opponent captures, I capture here, my opponent has this check. Oh, I lose this game. I lose this game. I'm also losing on time. That's GG's, guys. Let's resign. Wow, my opponent played with 84.1% accuracy and I played with 85 and I was never in trouble. If you look at the graph, I was never in trouble. And by the time I resigned in this game, the position was completely equal when I resigned. Not even completely equal. It was equal in the negative for me. Okay, it was the French defense and my opponent decided to give up the bishop. And all of this move is good. This bishop is usually a weak bishop in the French defense. So allowing me put this bishop in an active square is just a win for me. And the engine agrees with me. You can see it's already plus 1.2 for me here. Moving my knight here is an excellent move. Let's see what the best move is. Oh, the best move is to go for this move. Wow. The engine is crazy, guys. Okay, this is an inaccuracy. I think the engine wanted me to still go for this move. I think the engine is screaming, go for this move, try to trap this. And if my opponent captures here, then I capture this way, I guess. I think I just capture here. Let's see. I think I capture here and my queen is active. My position is active. Oh, not capturing there. Wait, the engine doesn't want me to capture or wants me to capture this way. Oh, the engine wants me to capture here. And maybe with ideas of using this square, this file for an attack, maybe ideas of playing moves like this, trying to trap this. Wow, I didn't see all of that. I did not see that. I didn't see any of that. Okay, castling was a mistake. Position was kind of interesting. The engine wanted me to strike with this move. I wasn't even looking at all of this move, and it makes sense now. Now that I'm looking at the move, it makes sense. Just go crazy on the king side. Instead, I castled, and I went for this pin. I lost a pawn, and did I find a good move here? That's an inaccuracy. What was the best move? Okay, the best move was going here. Attacking this, attacking that. With ideas of coming here next. Alright, I didn't do all of that. But I was never in trouble. The position now, according to the engine, is still okay for me. Slightly better for me. That was the best plan. I got my pawn back. My rooks are so active. Moving my knight there. Acceptable is a good move. Let's see what the best move is. Maybe moving here. Oh, the best move is to go for this pin. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I move my knight into an outpost. Ooh, that's a blunder, guys. I just blundered. I thought for a while, just that I was running out of time. I was trying. Let's see what the best move is if I had even considered it. Instead, I went back. I wish the engine thinks it's a blunder. What was the best move here? Just attack this. Just attack that justice. And if my opponent captures here, I'm going to capture here. Is he capturing here? Let's see. Is he capturing there? Hit the queen before I capture here. Yes, it's just capturing here. Opponent has to save their queen, and regardless of where they put the queen now, I get the knight, and I am up a pawn here, and my opponent king side is in ruins. My opponent king side is in ruins. Well, I didn't go for any of that. I tried to save my knight, and then my opponent is gaining the initiative. That is under attack. This is a move that is coming. Overall, I played a decent game. But in this position, this sacrifice is a mistake, but the position was still equal. My opponent captured here in the game, and I resigned, and I was running out of time. I had just 46 seconds against 3 minutes, and I thought my position was lost. This is what I had calculated, and if my opponent captures here, oh my goodness, that is a pin. But the reason this move doesn't work is because all of a sudden my opponent has this check, and his back rank checkmate. So I have to bring the bishop back, and I have nothing. My opponent could even, okay, my opponent cannot do this, because if they do this, when I capture, it comes with a check, and when they attend to the check, I just create a loft for my king. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.